Hi guys. So yeah, it's 2 days before I get admitted and I'm supposed to do my blood test. You see, it's not the needle that scares me, it's what they might find. I kept putting it off for about 2 years now, but today I couldn't delay anymore. So I whispered to myself, you're doing this for your kids, you're doing this to live. Just do it, Gauri. Tomorrow, where's Amma going? Where's Amma going? Hospital. Amma's gonna go see the doctor, okay? And then Amma's gonna come back maybe after 1 day or 2 days, okay? But you must be a good boy, okay?
Good is that?
You can't come to the hospital. You can't come. They won't let you come to the hospital. Okay? You just call me, then you can see Amma, okay? Hi guys. So yeah, it's the night before admission, and I don't know why, but suddenly everything seems very heavy. The boys are asleep, the house is really quiet, and I'm just here packing my hospital bag, and my heart is really heavy. There's this strange guilt, like for leaving them alone, for being unwell, for not being able to be normal. But yeah, I guess I keep telling myself that this is also strength, right? Like, saying yes to tests, saying yes to healing, and saying yes to, I guess, to myself. So tomorrow I'm getting admitted for my kidney biopsy. A backstory, the lupus has aggravated, my kidney condition. So I'm actually going for my biopsy tomorrow. I guess I'll just bring you guys, along my journey, and let's see what's there for tomorrow. But I just really hope that there's nothing bad for my kidney. I just don't wanna hear news that I don't wanna hear. So I really hope the results are not that bad and it's treatable. So let's see.
Apa bring you si Murugan? Si Amma soon, okay?
Come back soon, okay? Amma go soon.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
So I never thought I would need a biopsy at 32. Not when I was finally getting used to being a mom of two. Finally feeling like life was settling down for me. But lupus has a way of reminding you your body isn't always yours. And this biopsy wasn't just for me, it was for my boys. So yeah, this is the raw, unfiltered truth of what happened, why I needed a biopsy, and how I'm still processing all of it. For months, I kept brushing off the pain, the tiredness, the swelling, the protein in my urine. I kept telling myself it's normal. I'm tired because I'm working, mothering, running around. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. So when my rheumatologist looked at me in the eye and said, Gauri, we really need to do a biopsy to find out if your kidneys are being damaged because of lupus. My heart sank. I held my tears until I left the clinic because the word biopsy really felt too big, too serious. I remember sitting in the car and calling my husband, not even knowing how to say the words. That's how I felt. So for those who don't know, lupus can affect almost any organ in your body. In my case, it was affecting my kidneys. So the doctors needed a clearer picture, not just blood or urine tests, which, I've been doing it for 3 years now, but a kidney biopsy means they insert a needle through your back into your kidney to take a tiny tissue sample. Scary, right? But here's the truth. That tiny sample could change the entire direction of your treatment. It tells the doctors what type of lupus nephritis you have, how much inflammation, how much damage, and what medications might actually help. Even though I was surrounded by people like doctors, nurses, even the machines beeping in the hallway. I felt so alone because no one really knows what it's like to be a mother, lying on the hospital bed, wondering if your kids will be okay without you for a few days, wondering if you will be okay. Oh God, that first night I tried to sleep, but my mind kept running. What will the biopsy say? Will I have to start strong medications again? What if something goes wrong? I really miss my kids. And, I miss my home, the chaos, even the noise. But yeah, I came here to get answers. I came here because I love them. And love sometimes looks like lying in a hospital bed, facing your fears head on. I hate it, okay? I hate it. So it's day 2 and my fever is not getting any better. So the doctors are worried, so they got me into the x-ray. So just to check my chest if there's any infection, pneumonia. So yeah. So I was actually sitting down here to film some content, but the doctor came in. So he said I've developed a fever. So because of that, we need to hold off the biopsy until the fever calms down. Guys, my heart just dropped. It wasn't just about the delay. It meant staying longer in the hospital. And it meant my discharge would be delayed. And it meant my babies, my husband, they have to wait even longer for me to come home. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I don't want to stay in the hospital. Yeah, I was really upset. But of course, then my husband came and, he tried to cheer me up a bit. But, it's really torture, guys. I don't want to stay in the hospital because the longer I stay, the longer, things go through my head and I start missing my kids and just wondering what's the results going to be. I just want to get it done as quickly as possible. Do you know I delayed my biopsy for 3 years? So that's how scared I am, right? So here I am, in the hospital, delayed. And you look at me, I'm trying to drink some cooling water to just get that fever out. And then here I am eating and eating. So this is my dinner already. Yeah, I'm just waiting, guys. Just hoping for something to happen. My mind keeps running. What will the biopsy say? Will I have to start strong medication again? What if something goes wrong? Honestly, it's really scary. And I really miss my kids. I miss my husband. But I guess at the end of the day, I'm just reminding myself, I came here to get answers. Because if I don't get answers, I'm going to be even more, in my head a lot. So I came here because I love my kids. I love my family. And I guess love is sometimes lying here in the hospital bed and, facing your fears head on, I guess. I don't know. But I just want to get this done. So through all of this, this uncertainty, the pain, the not knowing, I've had these 2 people who have never left my side. My 2 best friends who were there even before the diagnosis came. So they saw me at my worst when I was constantly falling sick, when doctors had no answers, when I started to lose pieces of myself. But they didn't walk away. They didn't brush it off or just say oh, you're just so tired, you're stressed. But instead, they listened. They stayed. They stayed with me throughout every phase of my diagnosis. When I finally got the diagnosis, it hit them too. But instead of treating me differently, they stepped in quietly with check-ins, prayers, laughter, food, and reminders that I'm not alone. You see, in a journey like this, you realize not everyone will stay, but the ones who do, they actually become your family. And I'm so thankful they are mine. I wasn't just going in for a procedure. It was like I was walking into a moment that could change everything, and all I could think was, just let me come back to my kids. The moments after the biopsy were some of the hardest I've ever experienced. The pain was sharp, my body was sore, and I felt completely numb. I was exhausted, physically, emotionally, in every way a person could be tired. And for a while, I felt helpless. I just lay there, trying not to cry, trying not to think about everything that could go wrong. And then he came in, Aravin. He didn't say much, he just held my hand, rubbed my head, and in that silence, I felt everything. Love, safety, strength. I always tell him sometimes, maybe you shouldn't have chosen me. You could have had someone without all this baggage. And every single time he looks me straight in the eye and says, I would never be able to love anyone else apart from you. We didn't start as a love story. He was my brother's friend. And I was already a divorced mom with a child. but something about my story made him curious. He asked my brother about me, and not long after we started talking, just friends at first. But I'll never forget the moment he asked my brother, "Can I take her out for dinner?" That small gesture, the respect, the courage, the innocence, that's when I fell in love. I didn't just fall in love with him, I fell for how he made me feel safe. We went through so much. Most of the struggles were because of me. So I had a lot of fear to remarry, to trust again, to bring someone new into my child's life. But step by step, he proved to me that he wasn't going to break my heart and he wasn't going to harm my child. It took time, it took patience, but more than anything, it took honesty and communication. And now, lying in this hospital bed, in pain, in weakness, I know I made the right choice. So Aravin, if you're watching this, I know you will. Thank you for choosing me, for standing by me, and for being my strength when I had none. Finally, I'm home. Back to the chaos I love, back to the little voices calling me Amma, and back to the arms that really missed me. But this time, I need to do things differently. No carrying the kids, no lifting, no rushing around. Just 1 month, one full month to let my body recover. That's not easy for me as a mom. Slowing down really feels like a guilt, like, you're not doing enough. But this time I remind myself, healing is doing something. It's doing everything. So I'm just so thankful my kids were safe while I was away. That's the only thing I prayed for. This journey wasn't easy, and honestly, it's not over. But I've learned that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. That rest isn't laziness, it's love. And asking for help doesn't make you any less of a mother. So if you're going through something similar, a biopsy, a diagnosis, or just a difficult season, I hope this video reminds you are not alone. So anyway, thank you for watching, for walking with me through this chapter. Subscribe, share this with another mom who needs to hear it, and let's continue healing together unfiltered.